Hi guys, welcome to our Dream Team chat. If you're watching this, you are likely a new consultant if you're catching the replay on YouTube or the team page. Those watching live, this is super exciting because we are so excited to talk about the first steps that you should take as a new consultant when you join Scentsy. Okay, it's exciting times, maybe a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot to learn when you first become a consultant, so much so that it's best to take it in bite-sized pieces, which we are hoping to help with today. We're hoping to give you little chunks of information for different milestones based on how long you've been a consultant. We're going to start with the very beginning, the first few days, all the way up to 30, 45 days into your Scentsy business and further, and give you some tips and tricks along the way as well. I want to be clear. Oh, first, I'm Alex.
And I'm Brianna.
We are working together. We have an amazing group. I am the star director of True Life. I'm a dream chaser.
The Queen Bee. And I am Brianna Engel, superstar director of Scentsy Dreamers.
Yes, and we know what we're talking about sometimes. So hopefully you guys get some tangible information that you can take and apply to your business. And I think that this is going to be really good. I want to start by saying that Scentsy in your starter kit and in their new consultant emails equips you very well to take your first steps as a new consultant. Okay. I talk to my new consultants a lot about the new consultant guide. I think that your new consultant guide is filled with information from front to back. So much knowledge about what's going on in your Scentsy business. This covers verbiage, things like PWS, active, inactive, all of the verbiage that we use as Scentsy consultants. It covers that. It covers how to host a launch party, different ways that you can party. It covers what our scent and warmer of the month is, how we get paid, when we get paid, any different fees or options of fees as far as like website fees and cross-border agreements, selling to other countries, recruiting. It literally talks about everything. And so my first tip to you guys is to read your new consultant guide start to finish. Literally every single page of the new consultant guide is filled with knowledge that will help you be a better Scentsy consultant. Okay. Knowledge is power. And we're going to talk about this more, but training yourself and showing up for your own business is imperative. It's going to help you more than your sponsor giving you the answer right away. Okay. So I want to encourage you to read your new consultant guide, anything you're not clear about or that you need clarification, write down a question so then you can chat with your sponsor whenever you guys have decided to talk or send them a message or whatever, and get clarification on those items. But do your homework first by reading your new consultant guide, because we're all independent consultants. And while we work really, really well together as a team and we love collaborating and working alongside you guys, at the end of the day, every single morning when I'm working my business, I'm working my business for my customers and my own personal business. And the same is for Bree, and the same is for anyone working their business. We have to remember that we're independent consultants, and it's important that we are equipped with the knowledge that we can be. Okay. We have so many resources. So the new consultant guide is a first resource for you that is so extremely helpful.
And as a consultant, we all have access to the same resources. So it's really important that wherever we are going to find the answer from, you will be able to find the answer from. And so knowing where to go for that, we're going to talk about that, but also it's in your new consulting guide. Your workstation is going to be a great place. The team page, which you should be added to, is going to be a great place to find the answers to a lot of your questions. Again, it doesn't mean that you can't ask your sponsor or that you can't ask the team page, but just know that the resources where the answers are found are available to you.
Yes. And also it's really cool because as a sponsor, we don't have to have all the answers. We can learn together. And so if you are watching this as a new leader, or maybe you're a new consultant and you kind of want to get into sponsoring, don't feel like you have to know all the answers. We're going to talk about this a little bit more too, but I just want to be clear that Scentsy has amazing resources for us as consultants, especially new consultants. If you go to the training center, there's a whole section for new consultants where this new consultant guide is found. Plus they're emailing you and all that awesome stuff too. So the resources are out there. It's just showing up and learning. Okay. And then speaking of resources, you are equipped right off the bat with information on logging into your workstation when you first join. The workstation, as you hopefully know, is a Scentsy hub. It's your place to get your work done. You enter orders, you read about news things, you get some marketing images, training, everything that you need in the Scentsy world is found on your workstation. It is filled with so much stuff. So definitely take the time to go through each individual tab, open your parties, get comfortable with the workstation. There is going to be a first things first checklist for new consultants on the workstation, walking you through this tour and setting up your account, personalizing your website, opening up your first party. And so that is my first tip for new consultants who are getting into their workstation, is to open up their first party. Parties are what Scentsy is founded on. We're a party planning business, and that means that Scentsy works better when we're collecting groups of orders and someone is getting rewards from those parties. A lot of the time it's us as consultants. Oftentimes it's our customers as hostesses of parties. And this is something that you can come up with a business plan with your sponsor and after you learn this information. But opening up your first party is something that I would recommend doing your very first day. Definitely within your first 3 days. You want to get into your workstation, work on that first things first checklist, open up your own first party. This is what many people call their launch party. This is the party that you want to share with your people. This is where you want people ordering. Okay. When you open a party, it's open on your workstation and on your website, both. Okay. So when you open up a party, you're able to put orders into the party on your workstation, but you're also able to share the link with your customers. That links it to your website. So when they order off your website, you are getting orders under your party, right? Regardless of where you're getting orders, you do get paid commission on your orders. Okay. So whether or not someone's ordering under a party or not, you get paid commission on your orders. But when orders are put into a party, that's where you or your hostess earns free and half off Scentsy. And that's one of the biggest perks of being a Scentsy consultant. Okay. So opening up an order when you first join is super important because you want anyone who's ready to support your new business, you want their orders to go under your launch party. So then you can turn around a week or 10 days later when you're ready to close out your party and you get all of the stuff you're flipping through the catalog, oohing and awing at, all the testers that you've smelt, that you've fallen in love with the scent. You can get your Scentsy free and half off. Rinse and repeat. So you can do that often. Okay. But you need to open up your party first. Okay. So that's the first thing that you need to do once you get into the workstation is get your website set up and open up your first party. So then you are ready to announce your business. Okay. So I also recommend doing this within your first 3 days right away, as soon as you can, especially if you already have Scentsy at home. Okay.
Mhm.
If you maybe haven't used any Scentsy at all until you started Scentsy, which was me, that was my experience.
me
I
too.
had no Scentsy in my house until I got my starter kit. So when I first joined, I was sharing a lot of like stock pictures. If you are using Scentsy already, when you decide to join, this is an awesome opportunity to announce your business with the products you already have, love, and use. Okay. If you don't love, have, and use products yet, your starter kit comes in super, super quick. They expedite them and they get to you pretty quickly. Okay. You want to announce your business as soon as possible. Okay. I recommend announcing your business socially, like on your personal platforms, your Instagram, your Facebook. If you decide to start a VIP group, obviously in there is a great spot, but also personally, one-on-one, whether it's you usually email people, you're emailing them or you're texting them or you're calling your mom and your bestie, right? When your starter kit comes over, you have your neighbor come over and smell the testers. You're announcing your business. You are talking about your Scentsy business. I never want to recommend just hiding behind your VIP group or hiding behind a private Instagram page or hiding behind your Scentsy business. Okay. I absolutely feel like to have the best results with your business, you need to launch your business. This is a step I think a lot of consultants skate over and they feel like they can just slide it in here and there and they don't necessarily need to launch their business. And while I'll never like tell one consultant that they can or can't do something, I will say I see huge value in actually announcing and launching your business and saying, hey, this is why I'm doing it. I love the products. I love the safety. I'm excited for the discount. Whatever the reason that you decided to join, you need to share that. Okay. As Scentsy consultants, we do best when we connect with people, when we can have them feeling some sort of emotion with the things that we're saying, right? And we do this best by expressing our emotions and expressing why we're doing it, how it makes us feel, what we hope to get from it. And so announcing your business, I think, is so very important, and it should be done as soon as possible. Okay. I would say when you are announcing your business, avoid using flyers or stock images or, like highly edited pictures, because real life pictures are going to be what stops someone scrolling, what captivates them. Right. I also want to recommend one-on-one communication. Don't just copy and paste a mass message that looks the exact same and you can tell is copy and pasted. Again, this is a huge connection opportunity for us. Connection is what sets us apart. So being able to have individualized conversations with people, tailor them to them, recommend the kids products or the wax-free products or a warmer that catches your eye that reminds you of them. That is the type of conversation you want to have when you're announcing your business, because it sets you off on the right foot immediately, that you are thinking of them and you are building a connection and letting them know kind of the new venture that you're starting, right? Announcing your business is imperative to launching your business off well, right? Anything to say on that?
No, that was perfect.
So those are within your first few days, like 3 days or less. First 1, 2, or 3 days. Okay. The next things I'm going to talk about is maybe a week or so into your business, about 10 days into business. These are some of the tasks that we think are pretty important, and that we think that by announcing your business and unboxing your starter kit and opening up your first party and talking to people, where you might be at about 10 days into your business. And that would be, maybe you're ready to close your launch party. Right? By 10 days into your business, you've likely gotten your kit. You've been able to share Scentsy. You're sharing what you're loving, what you're learning, right? Your family discovering Scentsy. And so at this point, hopefully you've got enough orders to where you're starting to think about what you're getting with your host rewards. You're getting ready to close out your first party. You can close out parties when you collect $200 or more under that party. So whether that's online or orders you're collecting from people that you're seeing in person, you can close out a party once it hits 200. So at this point, hopefully you're very close. You're just needing maybe 1 or 2 more orders, or you're already there and exceeding that $200 mark, and you're getting ready to close out a party. This is a really exciting time because you get to soak in all of the awesome consultant perks. Also, you learn a lot closing your first party. I tell my new consultants, whenever you close your first party, like, the hard part is over. You've asked a lot of questions. You've learned a lot about placing orders. You've learned a lot about our order system. And that's when things start getting a little bit easier for you, and you feel more confident going out and opening another party and collecting more orders and expanding from there. Okay. So you've got to get to that point first. So in your first 10 days, this is when you are really reaching out to people, letting them know you joined, recommending products that you found, maybe inviting some people over to smell some testers, but also you're collecting orders. Hopefully you've done a happy dance or two because you've gotten an email in your inbox saying that you've gotten a website order, which, by the way, still 7 years later, I know for her, 5 years later, the best feeling ever is checking your email and you've got a website order. So hopefully you've experienced that a little bit and you're excited and ready to close out your first party. Make sure you chat with your sponsor to make sure you're closing out your party properly. We have a thing called Perpetual Party Reward hidden in your party, which is an extra half off credit. We have different shipping tiers and rewards tiers. So make sure that you are asking questions and you're clarifying with your sponsor if you have any additional questions about closing your order. It's really good to go in there and try to figure it out yourself and close the party. But if you are running into hiccups closing your party, or you're just not sure, this is where the relationship with your sponsor is really important. Okay. This is also where you are just continuing to reach out to people. You are continuing to have Scentsy conversations. You are elbows deep in your launch party, right? Even closing it out. This is also where we've already talked about that a little bit.
Yeah.
This is just where you're really in your Scentsy business. You are discovering the products, you are experiencing what it's like on the Scentsy side of things, and you are just sharing the Scentsy life. Even if you only have the products in your starter kit, you have an item to showcase every single day that's that's new from your starter kit. Okay. There's at least 10 products in your starter kit that through your first 10 days, you can definitely be showcasing the Scentsy life, the new products that you're experiencing, the products you're falling in love with, the scents and the testers and the consultant perks and dropping off catalogs and all of the fun stuff. This is a really awesome opportunity for you to one, just experience it all and really love it, because the first bit of being a Scentsy consultant is so exciting. But it's also a really awesome opportunity for you to show your audience that you're serious about it and you're falling in love with new products, learning new things, taking your business seriously. Okay. Because about a weekend of consistent posting about something or talking about something or being excited about something, people are starting to notice. People are starting to put eyes on you and they're starting to wonder, what is this all about? And so it's a really special time for you to dig deep, close out your first party, open a new one, really step into launching your business. And that's really like a magic point in your Scentsy journey is that first week and a half or so where you're just kind of like soaking it all in and experiencing that. Okay. And then throughout the next few days, you're doing a lot of the same, but there are a few extra tasks that you can add in as you're getting more seasoned as a Scentsy consultant, as you're maybe on your second party, or maybe your third, or maybe you're branching out. And so Bree's going to talk about some of the things that you can do as you're further into your Scentsy journey too.
Yeah, so we are going to jump ahead a little bit to your within the first 30 days. So that first month of being a Scentsy consultant, I feel like the momentum is like super high paced at this point. You're still, excuse me, you're still like super pumped up. People are starting to get their orders. You've closed your first party, hopefully. And if I backtrack just 2 weeks from 30 days, if you backtrack a little bit, 15 days into your Scentsy journey is a really magical point, and Scentsy calls it the shooting star. And so what Scentsy encourages you, and you can read about that in your new consultant guide, is Scentsy encourages you to sell $500 worth of Scentsy in your first 15 days to achieve this shooting star award. And I don't remember what the percentage is, but it's a very small percentage of consultants who earn it. And then that percentage of consultants statistically have a higher rate of promoting faster, getting to the top of the promotion, the compensation plan. And so that 500 in the first 15 days really can propel your business and really inspire you, encourage you to keep going. Plus, when you do that, you get an opportunity to purchase a kit that it is like a super enhanced kit for a super low price. And it comes with a ton of other products. And I think it's every season those products change. And so it's really fun to see the changes, but that it's even more fun to get that kit. So if I can encourage you, if you're within that first 15 days, to really reach for that $500, especially when the momentum is really high, you're going to find that people are really excited to support you and that you're really excited to share the Scentsy. And so take advantage of that and reach for those goals, okay? Because there are more goals that you are maybe unknowingly working towards. And so we're going to kind of touch on that, but just know that like Scentsy puts these goals out there for you because it builds success in your business. And I promise you it's worth it as long as you pay attention and you stay committed to the Scentsy journey. You'll achieve them and you can do it, and you can encourage potential new teamies to do it. And it's a really awesome opportunity to just build bigger. Okay. So that's 15 days, but we're going to be talking about 30 days. So hopefully you've closed your first party. Like Alex said, maybe you're on to your second, maybe you're on to your third. Maybe you've got your best friend and you've opened up a party for her. And so whatever that looks like for you, it can be different for everybody. We just want to encourage you to continue to do that. Know what that process looks like, right? Kind of get a feel for what you like your timeline to be for closing out a party. And it fluctuates as you go through your Scentsy journey. There can be times where I have a party open for a month and I'm just collecting orders because I want that rewards to be super high so I can get the max amount. And then there are times where I say, I'm going to close this out in 2 weeks when something launches and I'm going to get that product for free and half off. So you can gauge that, and also know that you can have multiple parties open. So if your best friend wants to host a party, that's great. Open up her party, let her share that link, do all of that. But if you want to have an open party so you can share it with people who your best friend doesn't know, and your mom still wants to order, and your aunt in Virginia wants to order, you can still touch base with them. And they can be ordering under your link, and you can still be reaping rewards right alongside your best friend who's using her party link to get rewards as well. Okay. So that's within your first 30 days. hopefully you've gotten to 500. Maybe you're even creeping up to 1,000. Maybe you've already reached $1,000 in sales. And that's a really big mark. That means that you have promoted to certified consultant. And so I know that that can be like, well, what does that mean? So we do have promotions. You can climb up the compensation plan, and it means different things for each title. Again, that's in your new consultant guide. You can look at the compensation plan in the back of the catalog, but it can be kind of confusing. It
Yeah.
takes a while to learn, but let me just tell you that if you hit certified consultant, that's a huge accomplishment, no matter how long it takes you. And the thing is that Scentsy wants to reward you for that by giving you a 5% permanent pay increase.
Yep.
So if you didn't know, because you're here joining us and you just logged in and you just started watching this video, you start out at 20% commissions when you join Scentsy. Okay, so you get 20% of the sales that you make. And so that's really awesome. We actually have a really fantastic top of the line compensation plan, and 20% is really great. But once you sell $1,000 in Scentsy, again, no matter how long it takes you, Scentsy says, great job, we want to give you 5% pay increase. And so you will be, from then on, and it actually backdates.
prorated, yep.
Yeah. So backdates to whatever day. So if you hit it on the 29th of the month, you're getting a 25% pay on your commissions for that month. So if you sold $1,000, you're getting 25% on that $1,000 paid on the next payday, which is super exciting. So if you're at that point or you reach that point, congratulations
Yes,
early from
huge
us,
deal.
because that is a huge deal. Okay. Every milestone is super important. So that 5% pay increase is something that you want to achieve, and I'm sure eventually you will. But hopefully you get there rather quickly, so you can just continually rack up that 25% commissions, because
Yep.
that's a big deal. So also within your first 30 days, what we like to encourage, because this is a business built on relationships as well, right? So we're standing firm on that our products are really great. They're really useful. They can be put into anybody's lives. We're not a niche based product. We have products literally for everybody. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. I forgot where I was going for a second. So because our business is built on the sturdiness of our products and that it's for everybody, but also pairs hand in hand with those connections and those relationships, like Alex was talking about initially, reaching out to people that you know, letting them know that this scent reminds you of them, this one reminds you of them, that kind of thing is really great, because it preps you for the oncoming and ongoing relationship that you're going to have with people in the realm of follow-ups. That's what we call it.
Yep.
And that's just good customer service. And that just means checking in with the people who are either interested in Scentsy or have bought from you.
Yes.
Right? We want you to be checking in on them and asking them, hey, do you like your Scentsy still? Are you enjoying it? What did you think of that warmer when you got it? Is everything okay? Do you need a restock? Like, those are questions that you're going to be asking a lot in your Scentsy journey,
Mhm.
because we want you to build up really great customer service. And that might not feel normal to everybody. And we get that and we understand. We've talked a lot about in other trainings about how good customer service does require us to be the first to reach out.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's like, I just want to say that if you are new and you're starting your business, don't wait until a year from now to start following up with your customers. It's a great practice to start right off the bat. Don't be afraid to follow up, check in, build the connection, recommend scents, because that is our job as Scentsy consultants. And our consumers are always going to go to what's easy for them, right? And if we're not reaching out to them, it doesn't make the process very easy for them to reorder. It's easier to go snag it at Target or Walmart as they're walking by. Okay. So it's our job as consultants to provide amazing customer service. And I want to just encourage you to do it from the jump, do it from the very beginning, because it does set you apart from other products and other consultants. It is so very important.
Yep. Customer service, we look at customer service very highly with our team, and I think Scentsy looks at it very highly as well. But customer service is such a big deal, you guys. And so however you find that, whatever that looks like for you, we just think that it is best practice to do it often, and to do it in a very professional customer service, genuine way,
Yes.
not spammy, or we're not asking you to be creepy or pop up in
Yeah.
anybody's messages randomly. Like, we don't want you doing that. We will never ask you to cold message people, spam people, nothing like that, right? When we're talking about following up with people, we're talking about going back to those relationships that you've built, the customers that have ordered from you, the people who have expressed an interest in buying from you. We're asking you to go back to them and just make sure that they are good. right? Asking if they are good on their Scentsy, if they need anything from you, if you can do anything more to make their experience with Scentsy and with you as their consultant better. That's
Yep.
it. Okay. And so follow up with the people who have ordered. You're 30 days in, right? You've had people who ordered maybe on day 2. Have you reached out to them and asked them how they like their order? Are they needing a restock? I wish we had it. There's a statistic that says that people are like some percentage more likely to reorder again a product that they love within the 7 days after ordering.
And I feel that.
Oh, that's 100% true.
Because
Trust me.
literally, like as soon as my customers get an order, if they love it, they're like
Yeah.
placing an order the day or next day
Yeah.
after. Like as soon as they're experiencing it, they're like, I need more of
Yep.
this.
Yep. And you'll find that as long as you are super open to putting yourself in the best position to hear that kind of feedback, which means reaching out to them.
Yep.
Right. So
Asking questions.
asking questions. So there's nothing wrong with, after you know somebody's gotten an order, reaching out 3 days after, 5 days after, a week after, right? And checking in on them. Okay, so you're following up with the people who have ordered from you or who have expressed an interest. And so I do want to say that a lot of the times what happens with new consultants is they'll announce their business and people will say, oh yeah, I'm going to take a look at your link and I can't wait to order. And then you don't hear from them, right? And so you're waiting and you're like trying to figure out how's the best way to approach this. Just ask. Just say, hey, Amy, I know that you were excited about my business and I thank you so much. Did you get a chance to look at the link? Is there anything that caught your eye? I'm going to be placing an order on X date. Can I get you anything? Right? That's a very simple way to approach that subject. That's not spammy, that's not creepy. And you're just checking in. Again, it's good customer service. Within your 30 days, again, hopefully you have an ongoing conversation with your sponsor, right? We believe that the sponsor and new consultant relationship should be pretty close knit in the first 70 days, right? But a lot of the time, the position that a sponsor will take is, I'm here if you need me. I want you to be able to learn, that kind of thing. And that's a very healthy boundary that sponsors tend to put on. And we love that. But as a new consultant, we want to encourage you that if you do have questions, or even just to check in and say, hey, am I doing this right? Is it okay that I said this? Is this all right to post? Those kinds of questions, those kinds of check-ins, letting them know, sharing your wins with your sponsors.
Yes.
Like, we collectively love that as a community, as a culture. And we're going to talk more about culture. And like, that's going to be my favorite part.
Yeah, that's like the heart of all of it.
Yes, yeah, for sure. So like, but we want to encourage you to make sure that you're checking in with your sponsor. Even if you don't hear from them, don't think that they don't care. We just like to make sure that new consultants have an opportunity to learn and to grow and to become the independent consultant that they were made to be, right? Because we believe you are capable of running this business to the highest level of your dreams possible. And we want to give you the room to do that. And so, but you reaching out to your sponsor is something that we're also going to encourage you to do, and celebrate your wins with them.
Yes.
Okay. And don't think that they don't care or they're not excited just because they haven't said anything. We do want you to be excited and share it with all of us if you want on the team page. We would love to cheer you on.
For sure.
And then the last part in the first 30 days that we want to encourage you to do is to look into adding a networking opportunity to your calendar. So what does that look like? What does that even mean? That's a whole bunch of like business
that's some
lingo,
jargon,
right?
Yeah.
Let me break it down. So networking is really just the term of meeting new people, right? Growing your Scentsy circle, and that circle is always going to be growing. It's going to be a revolving door of people, and that's okay. It's okay. Okay, so if you lose some people or you gain a whole bunch and then you lose, like it's all normal. It's all part of the ebbs and flows of this business. But what we have control over, because all of that we don't. What we have control over is who's being added, who we're talking to Scentsy, who we're talking about Scentsy to.
Yep.
Right. And so we want to encourage you to get out there and find new ways to meet new people and expand your Scentsy network, expand your circle of people that are getting to hear from you about Scentsy, getting to see your excitement, getting to know your face, getting to hear you talk, seeing your post on social media. Like, we want you to step into having that opportunity as often as possible. And in the beginning and ongoing in your Scentsy journey, it's going to take some work sometimes. Like, finding events in your community that you can go and be a vendor at is a fantastic way to get yourself out in the community and get your face known as the Scentsy person. Okay. And I know that's scary. I know that can be like, oh my gosh, what are we talking about now? But I promise you, it's 100% worth it. There are resources, there are videos, there are trainings, there's so much information out there that I promise will put you at ease. But just recognize that like this is part of the Scentsy business in a lot of ways, because like Alex said, this business was built on party planning. And so parties is just the gathering of people and talking about Scentsy, right? And so if you can get yourself in those opportunities, in those positions, your business will grow because of it. Because let me tell you, about what, 45, 60, maybe after 70 days, around those marks, just depending, the people who bought from you in the beginning are going to slow down their purchases. Let me just warn you about that now. And that, again, that's just natural ebb and flow, but your mom can only handle so much Scentsy at some point, or your aunt or your sister or your bestie. They can only take on so much Scentsy, and then they're gonna be like, okay, let me use what I've got now, you know, whatever. So you're wanting to have new customers to talk to is going to present itself. And we want to encourage you to go find an event. If you had an online launch party, which is fantastic, that's totally okay. In this day and age, online seems to be where it's at. But if you've had an online launch party and maybe you're like, I think I could do an in-person get together, like a snip and sip, or like a brunch or a dinner or a themed night, and you have people come over and smell the testers, do that.
So fun.
Yeah, it is so fun. There is nothing like having people gather around in a space to be able to sniff the testers, look through the catalog. Like that energy is gold.
It's
okay.
special.
Yeah, it is so special.
Yeah.
And so take advantage of those moments when you have them, whether it's your party or somebody in your circle wants to host an in-person party, do that. Okay. And again, there are plenty of resources to help walk you through that process, because it does take planning and stuff, but it's, as much as it is scary, it's rewarding and it's fun and it's worth it. Okay. And then, having parties is the other one that I had written down. So events, in-person launch party, parties with other people, sip and sniffs, theme parties, those kinds of things. Try to put something like that on your calendar for the future in the next 30 days, next 15 days, next 2, whatever. Put it on your calendar so you have something to prepare for. You have a new way to connect with people. Okay.
And I want to add there that it doesn't always have to be these big planned out events, right? Do you have 2 girlfriends that you have kids around the same age? Like, meet up at a park and bring your testers and some catalogs with you. Or do you have some coworkers, bring your testers and a warmer to work and share that and let them know when you have your next party closing. It doesn't have to be these big events, which I also see huge value in, and bigger planned events will bring in bigger results usually. But even on a smaller scale, where you're meeting up with some girlfriends this Saturday morning and you're going into the office on Thursday, so you're going to bring in your stuff, then those are some really awesome ways to network and increase your customer base as well.
For sure. I forgot about all that. Little things matter.
Yes.
Okay, so that's within your first 30 days, right? So we're gonna kind of like wrap up this season of beginninghood as a Scentsy consultant by just kind of briefly touching on like 30 days and beyond. So your first 70 days is a really magical period in Scentsy, where Scentsy is pushing out a lot of goals for you, and they're going to be emailing you, and it's just like a super exciting, really fun time for new consultants. And so I hope that wherever you're at, or if you're not there yet, you're getting excited hearing about it, because I promise you, it just gets better and better. Like being a new consultant, so much fun, but it gets better and better as time goes on. Yeah. But the first 70 days has a lot of things packed into it. And as you're moving forward, from day one, start your clock on the Sensational Start Awards. And I'm not going to get into the details of that because that's in your new consulting guide. And it details everything you need to know. But I just want to encourage you that the Sensational Start levels 1, 2, and 3 have some amazing benefits to your business long term. But Scentsy also rewards you in the short term. And let me just tell you, like, Spoiler alert, Scentsy does a fantastic job at rewarding and recognizing you as a consultant throughout your Scentsy journey. Literally, we get mail every
Yeah.
single month from Scentsy saying, good job doing this, good job doing this, right? We get shouted out at our convention. We get to walk the stage. We get our name on, like, Scentsy is amazing at it. Their recognition is on point. And so just let me tell you, they're not forgetting who you are in these 70 days. You're not just some new consultant here and forgotten. They want to reward you for the work that you're putting in. And the sensational start levels 1, 2, and 3 are literally built around the idea of building your business from the very beginning and doing the things that will build your business big and wide, tall and wide. They're asking you to start those habits now. They're asking you to start those practices now. And if you do, they're going to reward you. But the big, great reward is literally later in your business when you're like, oh yeah, it all started when I earned sensational start level 3. When I learned how to have a team, when I learned how to sell this much PRV, like those things, I promise you, mean something. Okay. And again, that's all in your new consultant guide. Talk to your sponsor about it. Like if you have questions, dive into that with them. Go through your workstation and look at it, because there is so much goodness packed into that. And you have 70 days to knock it out. And let me tell you, it's 100% doable. I did it. It was so amazing. It's an amazing accomplishment. And if nothing else, if you're not like motivated by any of that, you should just know, and you should pat yourself on the dang back, that you did an amazing thing by hitting any of those levels, and that a very small percentage of consultants do. Like it's super small. So sensational start levels, I want you to look into that. Go back to your, if you skipped over it, go back to your new consultant guide, read about it. I promise it's worth it. 30 days and beyond, again, talking about getting certified. So if that hasn't happened yet, or you want to make it a plan, do that, right? That's the 5% pay increase. And that's your first promotion. So when you join Scentsy, you start out as an essential consultant, and being a certified consultant is the next step in that. Okay. And you climb the compensation plan and it just gets better. And then the other thing is growing your network, right? So you're going to be continually growing your network. That's what you want to make a habit of doing. So if you're like, yeah, okay, I took my testers to work within my first 30 days. Okay, now what else can you do? What other things can you book on your calendar? Who else can you be talking to? Referrals are a great way. Referrals are a great way to get your name out there. If your sister's got friends or got in-laws or whatever, ask them to use you as or to refer you to them for their Scentsy needs. Okay. Yeah, that's what I've got.
Yeah, no, I think that's perfect. I think
Winded.
I think at that 30, 45, 50-day mark is where you're really like, okay, I need to grow my network. I need to expand on a consistent basis. If you are not expanding your network every single month, you are going to run out of people. And so I think it's very important to remember as Scentsy consultants, especially trying to make the most out of your Scentsy business, is that looking for those networking opportunities, having your business goggles on and looking at things from a way that you can be prepared for and have options for, whether that's a basket party or an event or referrals or things like that. It's super important at this point. And so this is definitely where you're, figuring out, how do I want to work my Scentsy business? What is going to work for me? And so, yeah, I think that's a great point. So.
And let me just say before we get into this, and I'll let you take that.
Okay.
The biggest piece of advice that I want to just like overhead all this, because if you're watching this within your first like 3 days or 10 days, it may feel very overwhelming to you. And I just want you to know that like bite-sized pieces, and take it one step at a time, and it's okay to ask questions, like all of that. But the biggest thing that I want to encourage you to do is, like, if you're here and whatever your goal is, right, just to have discount on your own stash, or to maybe have some extra money, or to retire yourself or your husband, or buy a house, or whatever your goals are, and they'll change. The one thing that works in this business above all of this, right? You have to incorporate all this, but like the one thing that's going to work is consistency, right? So that's a word that we say a lot. And for our teamies who are watching, who have been here longer
They
than
already
30
know.
days, they know that
Yeah.
this is our word. Consistency is key in this business, right?
Yes. Like if you're wondering what the secret is,
Yep.
it's consistency.
And it's not a secret.
Yeah.
It's not a secret. You have to be consistent in this business to do anything that you want to do.
Yep.
Right. And so the great thing about consistency, though, is you get to determine what consistency looks like
Yep.
for you. We can't say being consistent means 7 posts a day and reaching out to 20 people and all that. Like, we don't have necessarily like a black and white
Outline.
version
Yeah.
of consistency, but consistency is doing the same thing on a regular basis. So you have to determine what that looks like. How does that fit into your schedule? How does working Scentsy fit into your schedule? You may be super busy. You may work a full-time job. You
Yeah.
may be a stay-at-home mom. Like, there are a lot of different ways that it can go, and it can work in those different ways. But you have to be committed to showing up on a consistent basis in this business.
Yep.
Because that's one of the biggest things that we see is people, you know, aren't consistent and then come back and say it didn't work. But you only get what you put into it, right? Yep. And so you can't put in a whole lot in the first 30 days and then fall off and wonder why it didn't work. And so whether that feels like tough love or that's like, oh, that's good news for you, I just want you to know that, like, we say that with love, but it's 100% tried and true. So anyways, okay.
Yeah,
consistency.
Totally agree with that. I was actually thinking about that today too, especially in the idea of new consultants is, you know, sometimes they come on and they do something for a day or 2 or 3, and then they kind of poof disappear until they get the momentum again to try again. And, you know, highly don't recommend. I highly recommend finding a way that you can fit Scentsy into your life in a way that is steady and consistent, because it really does. It is the difference.
Because the momentum goes away.
Yes.
Right? The excitement of it all that happens in the first 3, 10, 30 days goes away. Yep. Right? And we start to not feel that anymore. But what fuels you is the reason why you're here. Yep. Right? And so hopefully that reason is big enough for you to fit Scentsy into your schedule, to fit the business into whatever your life looks like. Yep. And commit to doing it on a regular basis. That is literally consistency, and it's what works. Yep. And so you have to be, I wish that I could say you could bottle up the momentum and like shake some on
disperse it when you need.
Yeah, I wish that you could do that. And we try as a community to like, okay, you guys, like, let's get ready. But at the end of the day, that's on you. Yep. You have to be responsible for your own motivation. You have to be responsible for your own momentum. And I think that starts with your deep rooted why. Yep. And, you know, somebody said, make it simple. Yeah. Simplicity, authenticity, and generosity are our 3 pillars of the core values of who we are as Scentsy. Yep. And so we believe in that. And simplicity, being who you are, keeping it simple, giving back, right? Arrows out mentality. Yep. Does help you to have energy in your business and not get burnt out, because if you're not making it complicated, you're staying true to who you are, right? And you're constantly looking for ways to provide good customer service in ways of generosity. Yeah, you're golden. You'll be fueled in this business. And so keep that in mind. I know that was a lot, but like, that's a big thing. If I could circle it, I would. Yes. Circle, highlight, underline, if you're taking notes, consistency. It is the key to success with Scentsy. And another thing before I move on into our team culture, which I'm excited to talk about, but best part. You know, a lot of Scentsy, all of Scentsy is not necessarily skills based, because I know when I joined Scentsy 7 years ago, I knew nothing. I knew absolutely nothing at all. Okay. But I had the willingness to learn. So I never say it's a skill business, it's a will business. If you have the willingness and the determination to show up consistently and focus on learning new skills and putting those skills into practice, you will learn exactly what you need to learn to be successful with Scentsy. Okay. And so hopefully this was some good tangible information on like, you know,
a timeline for new consultants, but I want to, especially if you are in our True Life organization, want to talk about our team culture. Our team culture here is so special.
Wait, I just want to say, she's going to talk about the team culture, and it's my favorite part.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, but I just want to say that, like, you can listen to it, but what I want you to do is watch it. Watch the
Yeah.
team culture, because like, I mean, like, you may think we're lying, but truly you will see it
Oh,
happen
yeah.
on our team page.
Yeah, it's fun to say, like, we have a lot of fun on our team, but it's even more fun for people to see that and experience it and feel like they fit in and like they're having a blast and they're supported and that they can solve their problems with us. It's so special. And it is something that you need to experience to like grasp the full picture. But let me tell you, we have the best group in all of Scentsy. Jason, go. We have the best group in all of Scentsy.
I'll fill it up. Go get it for me.
We have so much fun in our group and on all of our different teams that are in this group, and trust that you guys are so supported in your Scentsy journey, and we are here to cheer you on and to motivate you and to pump you up when you're feeling down and to solve problems with you when things get a little hairy. You guys, our team, our motto is that we're better together, and it just makes me emotional talking about, and especially after being at SFR with many of you guys, like, it was so cool to see our team culture alive and in person and happening right before our eyes. But it's like that every day on the team pages and in those small communities and relationships that you'll form throughout the course of your Scentsy journey. You will find that our team or our group is more like a big Scentsy family, and it sounds a little cliche to say that sometimes, but it is so true. We are a little family that we're in this corner of Scentsy where we are just vibrating positivity and problem solving skills. I know Bree and I like really value our group on being amazing problem solvers. If there is something that we're struggling with, we really just attack it and figure out a way around it and solve the problem together. And just the feeling of our True Life organization is just something that can't be described properly in words. It's something that hopefully all of you guys watching feel. I feel like you do. I trust that they do. And if you're new, that you will soon experience if you haven't already caught glimpses of what it's like. But we love our group so much. Like, it is probably the highlight of working Scentsy is just working alongside you guys every day and watching you guys grow and develop your own entrepreneur skills, your leadership skills, the growth and confidence in yourself as a person. Like, man, it feels so good. And so if you are ever feeling alone in your Scentsy journey, this is where you reach out. Okay. You don't feel alone in your Scentsy journey. We are better together. We work together well. We share ideas so well together. And like, you are fully supported here in our group. And we're so happy you're here and that you get to experience it with us. And along that, you also get so many resources being in our group and on our teams. Like, this is our weekly Dream Team chat. We do these every Tuesday. Usually they have very relevant business information for that specific time of year, which I think is so awesome. And it's a great way to connect with you guys on a weekly basis. But also you'll be added into our team pages where there is just content daily, access to trainings, files, pictures, so much information. There's a search bar that you can search up keywords and it will pull up if you're wondering about parties or shipping or sending mailings or hostess coaching or following up. You can type in those words and you'll see tons and tons of content. And it's just amazing. And that's just our group.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're talking about Scentsy as a whole,
yeah,
which is insane. I think we have the best group in Scentsy personally, but
Well, it's really special. The thing is that there are lots of other groups in Scentsy.
Amazing groups.
Yeah, amazing groups.
Yep.
But very few have what we have. And I know this for a fact, and I know Alex knows this too. We have been around a lot of other Scentsy consultants. We have a lot of Scentsy consultant friends, and we have Scentsy consultant friends on our team page who gets a real life glimpse into how we do things here. And they tell us all the time that our team culture is unlike anything that they've seen.
Yeah.
And we work really hard on that. And one of the things that I wanted to add to that was the best way to feel it is to immerse yourself in it. Right. So like,
definitely
don't be afraid to like chime in or make a post, or we don't have post approvals on, like, we really just want it to be a safe, positive place where people can come and problem solve, right? We're solution driven.
Yep.
And I just want to emphasize that does not mean that we are like positive all the time and nothing ever goes wrong and nobody's ever unhappy and business isn't ever slow. Like, no, that totally happens. We are real life people dealing with real life stuff.
Yep.
Like, we have things going on in our personal lives.
Yep.
And Scentsy stuff is going on. So like, we are dealing with all of that. What we want our culture to be and what we want our community to look like and to reflect is people, resilient people who face those things and come together to bounce back better.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So while you can be feeling however you want to feel, frustrated, disappointed, sad, whatever, about whatever's going on, we just want you to know that we like see you, hear you, we're here for you, but we're gonna find a solution.
Yeah.
We're gonna bounce back because we can't sit there. We need to like bring it back. We need to move forward. Right. And so I just want you all to know, because I know people get scared about this like toxic positivity.
Oh yeah, no, I feel like we don't have much at all.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like there are things that come up and we can handle those.
And we have to address them.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
We definitely don't dwell on negativity, but we do recognize that there are things that we have to overcome, and we do exactly that. And so, yeah, I think
immersing yourself.
Yeah, I think that's a great suggestion and reminder to step into our team pages. If you just got your first order delivered, or if your starter kit just came in, post a picture and share that with us.
Share all your accomplishments.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember when she first joined and she's just sharing things left and right. And I'm like, yes, like this is amazing. This is exactly what aligns with our core value of generosity, give more than you take. So if you are doing something in your business, absolutely, you don't have to ask. You are welcomed, encouraged to share and get connected with us on the team page as well.
I love that.
Yeah. But it's not even just our team and our group.
Mm-hmm.
We have worked, like Bree said, really hard on our team culture, and we're really proud of it. But then if you broaden your spectrum and you are in some, like the Scentsy Family Consultant page or some training groups that Scentsy has put together, you will find that the Scentsy culture in general is so awesome. Yeah. It is so amazing. Most everyone who are sharing their thoughts and their ideas are amazing at what they do, and they're so generous to share, and you can find so much content out there. And so just know that the Scentsy community in general is like a family, and that you are in good supportive hands with your Scentsy journey. You can find all of the information that you're looking for. It's out there, whether it's in a training group on Facebook or on YouTube or on the workstation or on our team page or wherever it is. It's out there, and you are more than capable of finding it with just a few keyword searches. The wealth of knowledge that's out there, and the amazing consultants who are sharing to just the broad
masses.
Yes, the broad consultant base is awesome.
It is totally awesome.
And it's amazing. And so whether you're wanting to jump into fundraisers or events or a home party or a bingo party or a specific theme party or monthly boxes or whatever it is in your business, you will be able to find a Scentsy consultant talking about it to you. Yeah. Okay. So I want you guys to walk into your Scentsy business with confidence that anything that comes up, we can problem solve, and anywhere that you want to learn more, you have that available to you.
Yeah.
Okay. And if all else fails, you have a sponsor
Mhm.
that you can ask directly, and a director and a star director and a superstar director. Okay. That is pretty much the chain of commands. Go
Mhm.
look for the answer yourself. And then if you need more clarification, start asking some people. Also consultant support. I forget,
Oh
like they're an
yeah.
amazing
Oh my God.
resource for you as well. If you're ever wondering something technical,
Yeah. The number
um,
you get to call and talk, the people you get to
they're
talk
so
to, they are
nice.
so
And they're gonna
good.
like pump you up
Yeah.
and have you feeling so awesome about
Yeah.
your business by the time you get off the call. They are amazing at what they do. And so just know that the support is there. You are supported in your Scentsy journey. You just have to meet us there, right? We don't often go hunting down people, but we meet them. We
Yeah.
meet them exactly where they are. And so if you're needing the extra support or help or encouragement, reach out, okay? Because that is what we are here for and what we love to do for you
Yep.
guys. Yeah.
Yeah. We're not hunters.
No, we're not hunters.
Mm-mm.
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 But we will cheer you on all the way.
All the time.
All right, Bree, you want to finish up with some top tips for us?
Of course I do. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start with that one though.
Okay.
So we talked about in the first like 3 days, 10 days, Alex kind of mentioned about having a VIP page, and you might be like, what the heck is that? So a VIP page is just a group dedicated to sharing your Scentsy. And we really encourage that. Now, again, if you're going to go out there and see other consultants doing other things, you'll find that some people don't have VIP pages. And if you choose not to, that's okay. That's totally fine. You can run your business however you want. I have a VIP page. Alex
I have
has
a
a VIP page.
We love our VIP pages.
My VIP page, aside from the team page, is my happy place.
Same.
Okay. I have created a space much like our team page where I feel like me and my customers are better together in talking about Scentsy,
Yep.
right? And that we love Scentsy.
Yep.
And so that little community of customers that I have, which my VIP page is just my customers, I am in there daily talking about Scentsy, talking about my life, right?
Mhm.
Inside my VIP page, I'm talking about 80% Scentsy, 20% what's going on in my life, things that I love, things that are going on, whatever. I mix it up, but it's primarily there for me to show my best customers, the people who are supporting me, the people who love Scentsy. I am there and focused on sharing with them my Scentsy life, okay? Because that is truly what this business is integrating Scentsy into your life and displaying it on a regular basis,
Yep.
right? Because that's exactly how easy Scentsy is. See the warmer?
Yep.
Right? There's things everywhere in her house, in my house, that just scream that Scentsy lives here.
Yep.
And that's what you want your business to be. And having a space dedicated to being able to share that freely, knowing that every single person in there loves Scentsy and is like so excited to see it, is a really cool opportunity for you to build connections, right? That's what that VIP thing is that you have this group dedicated to sharing the Scentsy and building connections. It's building relationships with people who you know are interested in your business, cheering you on, supporting you financially, by buying Scentsy, you know. And so I think that that is a really awesome thing to look into and to start and to do. And again, it goes back to the being committed and staying consistent part. If you're going to do a VIP page, commit to it. Okay. Commit to being consistent in there and sharing Scentsy with the people in there. Don't ghost them. Don't go on hiatus for days at a time or weeks at a time.
Yes.
Be committed to staying involved in your VIP. And I promise you, if you're like, whoa, okay, I'm interested, but I need more, go to the team page, search VIP group or, a customer group, and you'll find tons of training and information on it, I promise. But do recommend that, okay? There are a lot of other ways that we say to encourage or to share Scentsy, and you are welcome to do that via posting on your regular page, business pages. Instagram is fantastic. We both use Instagram on a daily basis. That's social media in general is a fantastic way to share Scentsy, but VIP page specifically because Facebook is a really awesome place to start. Okay, and the last thing that I'm going to touch on for top tips, that was one of them. The other one is team building. And I know that you're looking at the screen all crazy right now, being like, hello, I just started. What are you talking about? Team building? I'm not ready to start a team. I don't even want to start a team. That was me. I didn't want to start a team. I wanted nothing to do with starting a team, or having people underneath me. That was not in my wheelhouse. And I was wrong. I'm so happy, so proud, so grateful to say that I was so dead wrong in thinking that, because building a team is a whole nother level of this business.
For sure.
And the proof of that is literally the group, right?
Yep.
Our true life group is the proof that the business takes a whole nother meaning, takes on another meaning and new life when you start to add people to your team.
It does.
And you guys get to do it together. Okay. So I just want to encourage you that as you're walking through these first few days of being a consultant, the first month, whatever, I think that you will run across some people in your life who are already there, who are already present, who probably will be on your team at some point. Okay, you already know
Yeah.
people who will be on your team at
Yeah.
some point. But I also want you to keep eyes wide open for people in the future, because here's the thing. Anything fun and worthy and rewarding and a really great opportunity, isn't it worth sharing? Isn't it worth experiencing with other people who you like or care about or want the best for them? Like, if you're walking down this path and you're like, this was such a great decision, I'm so glad I did this. My first paycheck, like, I didn't expect that. I'm so happy. I love all my products. If you're sitting there having those thoughts at any given point, then you need to be talking about the opportunity to other people, because why wouldn't you share this journey, this opportunity with people in your life who deserve to know that they have an option that gives them freedom,
Yep.
that gives them financial, more financial means, because everybody needs more gas money, right? In this time. And
Yeah.
so everybody needs community, right? Friendships. So I know that it's scary right now. You may have already turned me off, okay? And I understand, but hear me when I tell you, mark my words, that you already know people who will be on your team, and you want to keep your eyes open for people who really love Scentsy. The
Mhm.
people who come along and buy a bunch of Scentsy from you really love it, are addicted, the first one to join your customer group, are talking about it all the time, they're referring you to everybody that they know. You need to be talking to them about joining your team.
Yep.
You need to be talking about them about taking on this opportunity for themselves. And the benefits to that are never ending.
Yep.
Okay, literally never ending. And so obviously there are a ton of stuff that we've talked about on the team page about building a team and all of that. So if you want more information about that, first of all, go to your sponsor, talk to them about it, but also go to the team page and know that there are resources upon resources available to you to kind of walk you through what that looks like. But just know that the encouragement is here and now, and that you don't have to be some year in consultant.
Right.
You don't have to be 60 days in before you can even start to think about it. You can do it day 2. Okay. Yep. I sponsored my first consultant less than a month after I joined. And it was one of my good friends. And she just said, I think you're having a lot of fun and I want to do it too.
Mm-hmm.
I said, okay, girl. All right, let's do it. Right. That's the beauty of this business, is that when people, that's the other part that I want to say. When people see you having fun, you might have people come up to you and ask, how do I have the same fun?
Yep.
How do I get involved in this opportunity?
Yep.
Don't shy away from that. Okay. You don't have to have all the answers.
No.
You won't ever have all the
all the
answers. Yeah,
answers,
no,
yeah.
we do not have all the answers. So don't be afraid to step into it, no matter where you're at in your Scentsy journey, because it's fun to learn together.
Mm-hmm.
There is value in that. And it can be a total game changer, life changer, that one person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's the close of
Yes.
this new
Hopefully
consultant
that
call.
was very helpful for y'all.